There's a scripture in Proverbs that says, without a vision, people perish. Now, I'm not convinced that people actually die from not having a vision, but I do believe without a vision, it's hard to fully live. And I've personally experienced how a vision gives us the strength to persevere through challenges and setbacks, and how a vision can keep us anchored and motivated when times are tough. And this was a lesson that I actually learned not long after college, but this was put in motion earlier in life. Because when I was a kid growing up, several of the dads coaching afternoon sports were in the insurance business. And they all seemed happy. They had nice homes. They went on cool vacations. But most important to me, they had the freedom to coach their kids when the other dads were working. And those early impressions led me to be an insurance major in college, and led me to do a 15-month internship while in college, and led me to join the industry in '91 after graduating from college. And starting out in that business was tough. It was not only 100% commissions, but there were expenses. I had to pay my own health insurance. I had to pay my own business cards, my stationery, my marketing materials, any copies or faxes that I made or got coming in or sending out on the fax machine. And there was an office participation fee. So a couple of months in, my savings are gone. I've got no clients, no real prospective clients, and no desire to ask mom and dad to bail me out. But my big problem was I was taking rejection personally, and my confidence was running low, and I was questioning whether or not I was even good enough to survive. And I found myself one night sitting on the floor of the $200 a month furnished room that I'm renting. I've got my bills spread out in front of me, and I've got the pile over here that I can pay, and I got the pile over here that I can't pay. And I'm stressed, I'm scared, I'm overwhelmed. And I'm not sure how long I sit there, but at some point, I look at the bookshelf across the room, and a book with an arrow jumps out at me. And I crawl on my hands and knees over to that bookshelf, and I pull it off the shelf, and the book is See You at the Top by Zig Ziglar. And for some reason, I started reading. And as I'm reading, my fear starts turning to hope and optimism. And the more I read, the better I feel. And three things from that book profoundly, as Zig would say, profoundly impact me. First, Zig's philosophy. You can get anything in life you want as long as you help enough other people get what they want. Second, we become what we think about. And third, you gotta have a vision. So at 2 o'clock in the morning, I write my first vision, and it was simple. I help 4 new clients protect their families with 8 policies every month, and I earn $50,000 a year. Zig Ziglar has me convinced that if I can focus on my vision instead of all the distractions of negativity that I had allowed to come over me, then I'll be successful. And so each day I start by reading and seeing and feeling my vision as if it were real. Now, I continue to get rejected. Booking appointments by cold calling is really difficult. I'm paying for gas with coins from my change jar. I'm living on pasta, peanut butter, and canned tuna. But over the next few weeks, I start feeling better. And as I feel better, people respond better. Cold calling is working better. I'm keeping more meetings. People start giving me referrals, and I begin seeing even more people. Well, a couple of Friday afternoons later, I have a close with a newly married guy named Rodney, and he said yes to my recommendation. We complete a life insurance application. He gives me a check for the first month's premium, and we schedule his medical. It literally feels like a curse has been broken. Well, the following week, on the day of his exam, I get a message from the paramed company. Medical for Rodney was not completed. He doesn't want the insurance. Please drop his check off. And I can feel the fear and the self-doubt just come crashing back on top of me. And I think, I can pack everything I own and be on the road in less than an hour. I'll be back home tonight eating mom's cooking. I'll get a job with a paycheck tomorrow. And I'll never eat noodles, peanut butter, and canned tuna again. But then something tells me to pull out my vision. And I take it out of my planner and I read it. I help 4 new clients protect their families with 8 policies every month, and I earn $50,000 a year. I close my eyes and I see it, and I feel it, and I believe it again. Well, the next day I have a close with a veterinarian, and he says yes. We complete the application. He gives me the first month's premium, and the following Tuesday, the day of his medical, he completes the medical, and Dr. Scotchy Davis became my first client as a full-time advisor. Now, I had no way of knowing it, but that would be week 1 of 416 consecutive weeks, 8 years of submitting an application every week. In my first full calendar year in the business, I wrote 48 clients, 92 policies, and I earned just a little over $50,000. Almost exactly what my vision had been, but more important than that, I learned 4 things that caused me to be a totally different person. Number 1, I started worrying less about what other people think and say, and I started doing more because of who I wanted to become. I learned that we're not at the mercy of our circumstances or other people's opinions or actions. Those are distractions. The third thing I learned, if we allow distractions to drive our thoughts, our feelings, our actions, then we are slowly and painfully killing our power, our passion, and purpose. But most importantly, I learned that if we're not being driven by a vision, then we're being controlled by past pain, future fear, or present distractions, which are all distractions. So there's 2 things I'd love to inspire you to do today. First, write or update your vision for who you want to be, how you want to feel, and what you want to do and give in life. And second, adopt a daily practice of seeing your vision as being real. Having a vision as your guide in challenging times can be the difference between barely surviving or thriving. And if you'd like more guidance in writing your vision, or you need help learning how to effectively visualize, then there's a link below, and you can talk to someone from our team that can share how we help people step by step create an epic vision for their life. Even if you're not a good writer, even if you've never had a great vision, even if you don't think you could have a vision, and even if you've never been able to visualize before, we can help. So thanks for joining me in this video and on this journey towards greater impact. And if you found value in this video, give it a like and share it with someone who may also benefit from hearing this information. And that also causes YouTube and LinkedIn and all the algorithms to get this in front of even more people that will benefit from hearing this. So thanks for being here. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, where I will dive into the science of how and why visualization actually works. So until then, stay focused, stay present, stay impactful.